guys, this is Coop from Garage and Reviews, and today we are reviewing the Kabuki Iron Plates. These are from Kabuki Strength, from the minds of the mad muscle scientist himself, Chris Duffin. These are a made in the USA plate, specifically made up in the Pacific Northwest, I believe actually in Washington, and these are a very hyped up plate. Right now, as you're well aware, it's very difficult to get plates. There's a lot that's out of stock. There's a lot of companies trying everything they can to make plates just to like feed the need of all the people that want gym equipment. And this is a perfect example of that. I do want to say from the very beginning, as I think this is very important, these plates, in my opinion, from the very beginning, I want to state this, these plates are not to the level of most Kabuki Strength gym equipment. That's not to say these aren't a good plate, but when I think of Kabuki Strength, I think of the New Gen Power Bar, I think of the Transformer Bar, I think of the Duffalo Bar, I think of the Trap Bar, I think of the best specialty bars that are in the world. And these are not the best weight plates that are in the world. That doesn't mean they're bad. That just means that the expectation for the quality of these plates should be lower than I think a typical Kabuki Strength product. Just my opinion, okay? And one of the reasons for that is these aren't made by Kabuki Strength. Kabuki Strength doesn't have a foundry. You know, it's like all these companies. Rogue Fitness, they don't have a foundry. Strength Co, they don't have a foundry. You know, Cat Barbell, they probably don't even have a foundry. They're just using somebody in China. However, these are made in the US, so these are being made by other foundries. So the quality control and some of the things that are done to make these plates are out of the hands of like Kabuki, for instance. Kabuki is making all their barbells in-house and all the different parts of them, so they're able to control all that process. These, they're having to outsource them to somebody else. So I just want to make it clear that although these are an okay plate, these are not a level of Kabuki Strength plate. So kind of just to like tell you why that is. First off, these, when they came out of the box, they were already not the prettiest. Now, the argument is, Coop, you just lift weight, it just goes up and down, you get stronger, it doesn't matter what it looks like. Well, okay, then go lift rocks or logs or something like that. You don't buy new products expecting them to get them in and then not look perfect, okay? So I'm not saying they looked awful, but after using them for a couple sets, not a lot, basically a couple workouts, there's already like the rust starting to form from where the coating that's used on this, which I'm not positive what the coating that's used, but I do know that it's like a environmentally friendly coating, which is cool. I love the environment, I love the world and the earth. However, it's not proving up to this point to be the most durable coating. And we'll see over time how that looks. But I mean, the inside collar of any plate is going to end up getting marred and scarred and not looking very great. But kind of this outside, I was a little bit surprised on it. It's also very uneven, the coating that's on here. So the edge, when I look at the edge, it's not nearly as smooth as, say, the Rogue deep dish plates, which are milled. I do think they're milling the outside edge and the inside collar, but they are not milling the back. So the back is rough cast iron. It's just not as smooth as, say, the Rogue deep dish plate. And the reason I'm comparing the Rogue deep dish plate is because that's what you should compare them to. The reason you should compare them to them is because they're both made in the USA, both by competing companies, Kabuki and Rogue, and both kind of like a milled steel plate, iron plate, designed for this purpose and priced at a similar price point. But the Rogues are actually cheaper, especially when you factor in shipping. So I like the look of them. It's an iron plate. There's only so much to talk about. I like the look of them. The coating is just average. The accuracy, from what I've been able to tell, is pretty okay. I'll go ahead and weigh one here for you. So you can see, we'll do this 45 here. What are we seeing there? Pretty darn good. Basically what you want is you don't want it to be under. A little bit over is fine, but not under. Compared to the 25. And then we'll just do the 10 as well. 10.3, fantastic. But they're also making 5s and 2.5s, which is something that Rogue's not doing. So the 5's on here, 5 on the dot, money in the bank, shawty what you think. 2.5, 2.6. So overall, good accuracy. I would say the things that aren't as good, no milled backing, some globby paint, the coating is not the greatest. Just everything about it's just not the level of quality of Rogue's deep dish plate. That's not to say they're not worth getting, but the edges on these, it's hard to like show it on camera. It's just so smooth. It's smooth enough that I've actually cooked an egg on the back. So this is the test we would give to an iron plate on whether it's smooth or not. Can you cook an egg on the back? I don't think I could cook an egg on the back of the Kabuki Strength plate. I'm not saying it can't be done, maybe they'll do it and it's prove me wrong, but you're gonna have to use a lot of freaking oil. This bad boy, pretty easy, okay? So comparatively, I'm gonna give a full rundown on the best USA made weight plate compared to all these, the Strength Co., these, and the Kabukis. But right now, I think the Rogues are a nicer plate than the Kabukis. However, one thing to consider, the Rogues are a deep dish plate. Not everybody wants a deep dish plate. In fact, a deep dish can be a negative to some people because it's taking up more space on the bar. You can't fit as many on there. Number two is it's going to add more whip to the bar because it's more width on the end of the bar. So it's taking up more space. So it's going to be more whippy during squats and things like that. So something to consider. So would I recommend the Kabuki plates? If you can find them in stock, and these or Strength Co's or some of the others aren't in stock, but do I think they are the best that Kabuki has produced? No, I don't. However, maybe Kabuki will come out with a new one in the future. Who knows? I mean, we're in this weird time where all these companies are trying to just make gym equipment and sell them. So I think it's a good option for right now. If you need some plates, go ahead and get them. But I think the shipping's pretty expensive. Regardless, I'll use them. All right, this is Coop from Garage and Reviews. We'll see you next time. Peace.